This is an accessory that turns the smallest, cheapest e-bike into a bike that can easily be stored in a flat or thrown into a car, but also carry a passenger or luggage. In this video, I'll show you how to fit it to the bike because it comes with no instructions and the video on Amazon is terrible. I'll also tell you about 2 huge flaws that you need to know before making the decision to buy it.
Hello and welcome to the e-VRC, where here we have the DYU D3f from DYU, a very nice bike that I've already reviewed on the channel, but an accessory that makes it extremely useful, namely this seat which comes with foot pegs. So I'm going to try and find someone who's going to be a volunteer to go on the back of this and...
I'm the volunteer.
Hey, we got someone. But first, because the instruction video on the website isn't the best and it didn't come with instructions, we're going to put it on. So I'm going to show you how that goes on. Okay. We've got this, which has a handy ball end. So I'll tighten that, and you can slide it backwards and forwards if you want. I'm not going to though. Actually, no, I will. Have a bit more room. So now I'm going to use 2 more fat bolts in there, and the seat has got clippy bits like when you hang a clock on the wall, yeah? Okay, so they'll slid in, and that one screws directly in. Can you see that? So that is what keeps it secure. 1 bolt is all we need. 1 foot peg, which collapses. Which collapses upwards. It collapses upwards. Stuff to actually put the reflector on. I guess if I want to put the reflector on, I've got to use some different screws that, you know, buy myself from B&Q or whatever. There you go. Let's see if this can go in. Okay, so to get that in, you've got to bend it down a bit, which means this mudguard might have to bend back up a bit. So a bit of bending going on. And then they'll line up now, that's good. Is that in? That's in! Hey! Because I haven't got a rear reflector, I'm going to take this and I'm going to strap it on here. That's not budging. Yes! Safe at night. And there is the DYU D3f with a seat. That's how you put that bad boy on, with foot pegs. Yeah! Right, we've got our willing victim. So, do you remember this bike?
Huh?
Do you remember this bike?
No.
You do.
No.
You've been in the video on this bike.
What?
Well, video about this bike. What's the difference?
There was a weird seat.
There's a weird seat on the back, yeah. I guess he's sitting on that.
Me.
No, me, you're riding the bike.
Ah!
No, you. Okay, so you're going to get on the bike, yeah? Yeah,
Okay.
you comfortable? Do
On.
you want to get your feet on the thing? How much do you weigh?
£17.99.
£17.99. What are you
Is that heavier than you?
Right, Will, what I'm going to say is that, yeah, watch your balls, because if the saddle goes down, I don't want you to get crushed. So go as far back as you can, okay? You ready? Right, stand up. And, oh, let's get a bit of help. How are you feeling? What are you holding on to?
Bars.
Bar.
As usual.
Do you feel fairly comfortable? Watch
Yeah.
your fingers, don't get caught in anything. Don't put your fingers in anything, do you know what I mean? Yeah, off we go. I haven't checked the tyres on this. How is it, Will?
Weird.
Is it weird?
Yeah. I can feel your legs pedalling. I keep squishing my hands.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you holding on to now?
Nothing.
Oh,
What? I feel
you feel
safe.
fairly comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to turn around.
Huh?
I'm going to turn around.
What? I've never done this before.
That was a bit uphill, that. So, considering I'm like 100 kilograms and
What?
you're like 50 kilograms.
No, I'm 79.
17.99. Yeah, I think it's doing all right. So I'm not going to pedal this time. Throttle only on the DYU D3f.
Throttle.
250 watt
Is the
e-bike.
throttle on now?
Yeah, slightly downhill. But I think this would work on flat ground quite well, especially if you don't weigh as much. Do you think we could go to the shops on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why don't we do it?
Should we do it now?
Yeah.
Go to the park. No.
Ah.
It's too
Come
hot for
on,
a
you're
park.
making them jealous.
Yeah, I know, maybe. But, does it feel comfortable?
Yes.
Yeah? So where do you go? You sat there, you put your feet up there, and then you held on to me.
No,
But you could hold on to the saddle.
Sometimes nothing, like sometimes I hold air.
Sometimes nothing.
Yeah.
What you say is sometimes you hold air. How are your feet? Are they in a comfortable position?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks, Will.
So we got the seat on and we tested it out, but is it worth buying? Well, that does very much depend. The fact that there are no instructions isn't great, but let's face it, if there were instructions, they'd most likely be really bad. The fact that there were missing bolts for the reflector is also not good enough. I do have a few concerns, one of which you may have heard in the video. The first concern is that if the quick release saddle isn't really tight, then your saddle could fall and squash the passenger in a very painful area. To combat this, I told Will to sit as far back as possible, and this was actually terrible advice, because with a passenger sitting over the back wheel and the rider being pretty far back too, the bike becomes very back heavy. This actually resulted in the front wheel wheeling into the air under acceleration, the whole bike tipped back and dumped poor Will onto the floor. He did hit his head, and luckily he had a helmet on, but his elbows were very grazed. So what I will say is that although the frame itself seems solid, despite the jiggery pokery needed to get it on, a 50-kilogram passenger is maybe a little dangerous. Considering that much chunkier rear racks have a limit of 25 kilograms, I think 50 kilograms is too much for this seat. Put the backrest on as far forward as possible, and if your passenger doesn't fit, then it's probably best they just don't go on. So whilst it is a nice idea to have the cheapest and smallest e-bike able to carry your kids to school, do so at your own risk, and please don't make the same mistake I did. You could just take the seat off and use it as a very usable rear rack. I am happy to report that Will is absolutely fine. Show him some love down below in the comments. Popping up on your screen shortly will be the original review of the DYU D3f, the e-bike in this video. It is a mega cheap and a very usable e-bike, so click on that and stay with us if you want to know more about it.
Well, that was the e-VRC, and that was the seat for this kind of style bike, this one being the DYU D3f. So,
Good night.
not yet. If you enjoyed that video, don't forget the thumbs up. I'll put a link for this saddle and the bike, if you're interested, in the description. I think the saddle's only available in America though. But, thanks for watching until the end. Don't forget to leave the thumbs up. And until next time, ride safe.
Right, said. And good morning.
Good morning.